back again with another video. Welcome to Marxisms. Please like and subscribe, comment, all that stuff, share. So today we are on a watch and wait to see if Marco Rubio, anchor baby, will have to surrender his passport and be deported, along with millions of other Americans who were born in this country legally under the 14th Amendment. But Trump has signed an executive order to say that anybody that was here illegally that had a kid, that kid can no longer be a citizen of the United States. That is not what the 14th Amendment says. And unfortunately, I have a feeling that the U.S. Supreme Court is going to rule in his favor. I hope not. But they have a tendency to make bad decisions on race issues. And especially this court nowadays. I mean, as we know, there's definitely been problems in the Supreme Court when race, when it comes to race and stuff like that. I mean, Dred Scott, Plessy, and there's a whole bunch of really bad racist rulings out there. But anyway, so the Supreme Court is going to decide this. I wonder about Melania as well. I mean, there's definitely some investigation that needs to be done on whether that was all on the up and up, because it kind of doesn't seem like it was. But let's just investigate it. Well, let's make sure. Let's make sure we don't have people here that shouldn't be here. All right. Marco Rubio definitely needs to go. His parents, he's an anchor baby. His parents were not born in the United States. They were not here legally. They were not citizens when he was born. He needs to be deported. I say El Salvador, maybe Rwanda. I don't. What ties does he have to Cuba? Has he ever been there? Maybe on a diplomatic thing. I don't know. I don't know if he's ever been to Cuba. That'd be interesting to find out. I'm gonna look. No. So we won't send him to Cuba because he's never been there. So I mean, that's the weird thing. So if somebody was from Cuba or Venezuela, they were born here as little kids and never been to Venezuela, and Trump's going to deport them to where? To someplace they've never lived or never known? This is their home, for God's sakes, including Marco Rubio. I mean, but if we're going to deport him, I want Marco Rubio gone too. He needs to be gone as well. But the bottom line is this: hopefully, the Supreme Court just shuts this nonsense down. The 14th Amendment is made for anybody who is born in the United States. The Constitution, I'm still seeing this. It was made for American people. No, it's not, and it says it in the Constitution. It was made for anybody that is on U.S. jurisdiction. That means if you're in the Virgin Islands, because that's American Virgin Islands are, U.S. jurisdiction. So it's not whether you're a citizen. It's not if you're in England. It's if you're in the jurisdiction of the United States, regardless of anything else. That's what the Constitution says. It does not say, oh, you have to be a citizen or you have to be this. No, it says you have to be in the United States, period. And that's all it says. And so if the Supreme Court rules any differently than this, and this was what the Congress decided when they voted on this thing, there were arguments that took place. And there was famously the Senate argument where I can't find it anymore because the internet is terrible these days, but the libertarians were posting the opening paragraph of the thing and saying, see, the intention was to never have anchor babies. And I said, well, because I've read it and I've read the whole argument. But if you read the whole argument, you find out that when you get down to the end of the argument, what they vote on. So it might have a different intention when they start the argument, but it's the intention that they come up with and vote on at the end, which is what they did. And it was the Congress or the senator from California. He wanted to make sure that, the Chinese people that were born in the United States were going to be U.S. citizens. I don't know why this is a mystery, but it was funny though. They used to post that on Facebook back in the 90s. late 90s or no 2000 to 2000s, early 2000s, and during the Tea Party-ish movement. And I know I worked with a bunch of them within the Republican Party at the time, and who eventually took over and screwed up the Republican Party. That's why the Republican Party is a trash bin today. It's because of the libertarians, the Tea Party, the MAGA racists. But anyway, um, they were posting that one paragraph, and I'd post, it's like, read the whole thing. Don't stop at the first paragraph. Talk about cherry picking. Oh my God. Anyway, so a travesty may be about to happen in the United States of America. We're just going to have to see how ethical this Supreme Court is. God, I'm not holding my breath. Anyway, peace.